Hi everyone, Side here. It's been a while and my desk is so creaky. Um, Hopefully everyone's doing well and staying safe, healthy and warm. It is currently quite cold in Finland, as you can see from my jacket. Oh my god, this desk. Um, yeah, I probably look a little bit tired. That's because I have not been sleeping too well recently. I don't even know why, but especially last night because this morning I had to go and have some blood tests taken. And so I had to be without food for about 10 hours. So I stopped, like all I could have since 7:30 p.m. yesterday was just, water. And so I got the referral through the workplace healthcare center. And previously I've been able to go to a laboratory with the referral from the private sector, but this time it didn't work. So I first went there to the municipality healthcare center where the FimLab thing is. And they were like, sorry, we can't actually do this for you here. And then I was like, okay. I logged into the app for the workplace healthcare thingy and checked when they have available appointments to, have my blood taken. And thankfully they had some, free appointments for today. So my fasting didn't go into waste. So yeah, I did that, and I got to eat around like 9 a.m. finally. It's now 11 a.m. But yeah, I thought I'd record a short video with some personal updates like this one. So the reason why I wanted to have the blood tests taken is because since coming back to Finland, especially in the past year, I've been gaining a lot of weight. I'm not going to be doing the conversions, but I am 162 centimeters tall. And when I moved back to Finland, I weighed like, I don't know, 70 kilograms, a little bit less. I think it was less, yeah. And now I'm 86 kilograms. So, I mean, I know it's partially because back in Ireland, I couldn't drive, or rather, I didn't want to drive there. So I had to walk quite a lot. But ever since coming back home, I have a car, so I'm driving quite a lot. But I still remained relatively active, and I was eating like okay-ish. But I know that in the past year, it's been a little bit tougher to find the motivation and the energy to move. And then I've been eating a lot of, trash practically. And I know that I eat too much sugar and all of that. But ever since I started working out at the gym in early August, I've been eating a little bit better, and I go to the gym at least once a week. I have other sporty hobbies, I know I'm supposed to be walking and stuff like that a lot more, but it's hard to find the energy. And now, especially, the weather is getting colder and it's dark, and for the past few weeks it's been dark and wet outside, so that's not the most ideal thing. But yeah, I've been trying to do something about this, and I know some of my weight might be from muscle mass, because I've been going to the gym. but so I went to the doctor and I was like, explained the situation, and and they were also like, okay, yeah, that sounds a little bit weird. I'm not even on any medication that should be causing issues. I mean, escitalopram maybe, the anxiety medication, it could be a side effect. And I do have PCOS, if you know what that means. So that can make it more difficult for weight loss. And I know there's some diabetes and stuff like that in the family, especially from mother's side. But yeah, I figured I'd have it checked out because the tiredness especially is weird, because even if I sleep enough hours, I mean, I know partially my tiredness is because my mind is too active even when I sleep. I actually recently got this sport watch thing, and it has revealed, like, I previously thought I don't get enough deep sleep, but actually what happens is that I do get quite a lot of deep sleep, actually more than an average person, at least according to the numbers on this thing and the app. But every now and then I go into light sleep, and that's normal, yes. But let's say my deep sleep is, a chunk like this, but then my light sleep is like this, and that's apparently not good. Something about not having enough time between, light sleep and deep sleep. So often when I wake up, I'm actually in the middle of a deep sleep cycle. So waking up from that is difficult, So yeah, I think that could be contributing to the tiredness, but there could also be, I don't know, maybe there's something going on with my thyroid, or PCOS is going haywire or something. I don't know. Or there's something else going on. We'll see. I had they took pretty much everything they can. Also checking up the liver things, because a couple of years ago they were quite high. I actually talked with a colleague about it yesterday, and she was like, do you eat a lot of cinnamon? And I was like, actually, yeah, because in Finland we have this rice porridge, this creamy rice porridge thing, and it's especially good during the winter. And I actually do eat it quite a lot, especially in winter time. So I usually have it with some sugar and then cinnamon. And my colleague told me that there's some ingredient or something in cinnamon that can actually cause liver issues if you have too much of it. And so supposedly Ceylon cinnamon is better, but I have had Ceylon cinnamon and it makes the porridge taste weird. But yeah, anyways, but it was funny, like me and colleague were laughing, like, she had just seen that article about the cinnamon thing, like randomly before we had the conversation. But yeah, anyways. What else? Oh yeah, so in August for my birthday, I bought myself a new gaming laptop, and Acer Predator, or is it Acer? I don't know how to pronounce it, but Predator Neo. And this past Saturday, it decided to turn into a brick. I had been playing PTR in the morning, and then I had to go and do some like groceries, running errands and stuff like that. So I rarely put my laptops into rest mode. Like when I say laptops, I mean my like work laptop and my personal laptop. The only things I really put onto rest mode are the consoles when they are charging their, controllers. And now I was like, I'm gonna be back in an hour, maximum 2. And so I was like, okay, let's put this to rest mode, let it charge. And then I went out. I came back. I don't remember how long I was out. But I came back and I saw that the laptop had finished charging. So I turned off the extension cord. And then I tried turning on the laptop. Like first, it was in rest mode. So I thought that, shaking the mouse pad would be enough. Touchpad, whatever it's called. But nothing happened. So I tried the power button. Again, nothing, no lights lighting up. And a friend of mine told me that there could have been like a power surge or something, and told me to like wait a little bit, try again, and nothing. Then he told me like, okay, could be something else, but wait for an hour and try again. And if it doesn't, come back alive, then you have to take it to a shop. And this was on Saturday evening. So I was like, oh God. And so waited for the hour, which was a miracle that I was able to do it, because I'm not a very patient person, when it comes to stuff like this. And then, I took it to the shop where I had bought it, the electronics store, explained the situation, and the guys there, they had a look at it, and they were like, yeah, it could be that, there had been some Windows updates, earlier, last week, and they told me that it could have been a bad Windows update, and putting it into rest mode could have messed something up. And they also told me that actually with gaming laptops, it's not usually necessary to put them into rest mode in case stuff like this happens, because graphics cards, just stuff like that. I was like, okay, never using rest mode, at least with my personal laptop again. And yeah, they also said it could be a motherboard issue, and they took it. They said that, okay, it's now Saturday evening. They're gonna send it out to the repair shop on Monday. I was like, okay. Then I went home. I was like, there's things that I could do with my tablet, with the iPad, but it's an iPad and my phone is an Android, so there's, compatibility issues there, and I could write and stuff on the iPad, yeah. But one thing I cannot do on it is playing PTR, and I had just bought the new Battle Pass, because there was the 6th anniversary big major update had just started last week, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I can play PTR on the iPad, but I need a controller to get a better experience with it. My phone can't handle PTR because there's not enough space on it. Too many photos. And I was like, I can't. Honestly, I'm addicted to that game, I'll be honest. And a friend called me out on that, and I was like, you're not spitting lies there, so yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna get a new, like a cheap laptop that can just about handle playing that game, and with which I can write, and I also have to report my hours to the temp agency, and it's easier to do that on the laptop. I've actually never done it on the phone, and I can't. It's hell to do it even on a laptop. So I don't want to imagine how it is with, on the phone. And because I have all my passwords and all that saved on my browser for the temp agency thing, I was like, I can change the password, of course, but I rather not do that. So yeah, I was like, yeah. So on Sunday, I went to a different electronics store, and I was like, listen, this is the situation. I need some cheap machine that can run this game. Doesn't have to run it like perfectly, but just enough that I can do my dailies and get my money's worth for the freaking battle pass. And so, yeah. So I got myself a Scepter Byte. I've never heard of that brand before, but I, of course, decorated it with kitty stickers, and it's actually pretty good. Like, the only downside is that because it's so small, there's no numpad for the keyboard, so it's very difficult to write with the laptop. Like, if I'm writing a message with the laptop's keyboard, I'm most likely to press enter when I actually want to get like the apostrophe or something, or if I want to hit backspace. But thankfully, I have an external Bluetooth keyboard. I also have external mouse. These are from, oh gosh, I think these were with the previous, I think I got this with the previous Predator. That was the Helios 300, I think, yeah. Oh yeah, I had, on Saturday evening, I did try to reawaken my previous Predator, but it's been 2-3 months since I last used it. So it was very slow to open, and then I tried to, remove some software that I'm not using on it anymore, like really dial it down so it would hopefully operate a little bit better. And it just managed to also go into some sort of like jam up in a way that it just didn't want to work. And then eventually it just, if I tried to start it, it would just, show me the Predator logo and a black screen. Like, the lights were on. It was on. But I just couldn't see anything. So I was like, yeah. But thankfully, I do have some savings. Like, I am trying to save up for a trip to go to Ireland with my mom when she retires in the spring. And whether I continue with my current job or not, I am entitled to a little bit of vacation at that point. So I'm trying to save up for that, and I have to get new winter tires for my car. But I was like, this is just how it is with technology nowadays, I guess. And this is also good for traveling, actually. Even with the smaller keyboards, like, it's lighter than the Predator, so I'm going to go to a trip in a couple of weeks, work related. So yeah, this is going to be enough for that. But yeah, it stung a little bit to spend money, but while I was walking out of the electronics store back to my car, I was like, it's actually a relief to be at this point in my life where if I need something, I can get it. Because previously I couldn't have savings back when I had to live on the government welfare, and I was on the strictest form of it, like the last resort. And one of the requirements for that is that you don't have savings. You can't have savings when you're on that kind of welfare aid, because if you do have savings, then they're gonna be like, you don't actually need our money. So yeah, that's it's not easy to save money, especially with the rising costs for food, electricity. Freaking phone bills are now ridiculous because they force you have 5G basically. And if you do get 4G, then the speeds are atrociously slow. But it's definitely a relief to be able to do things like this, all of a sudden. But yeah, it might take 2 to 4 weeks before I get the Predator back, and then I'll have to, reinstall everything that I had on it, and go through that process. Like on Sunday, it took me basically the whole, from like noon until 9 or 10 p.m. to get everything. And the longest was, of course, downloading PTR and getting that set up. But there were also like some like Windows stuff going on, like took forever to get that done. And then, of course, remembering like what are the most essential services that I need to log back into, and where are the passwords and stuff like that. And yeah, that took forever. So I'll have to do that with my Predator later this year. And then I'll probably have to do all of this with my work laptop as well, because I actually got a notification from the system that, hey, your laptop is old. So it's going to be discontinued its use. So here's a form, please order a new laptop. And I was like, okay. And I started doing that process. And then at first it was like, there was some sort of system error going on there. And it was like, I put in the model of the laptop, and then it was like, your laptop is not old enough to be switched. And I was like, you just send me an email. The system just sent me an email to change the laptop, and now it's telling me I can't do it. But so the thing is, I started in one of the workshops in production of this company. And so what they handed me was a engineering laptop. And I'm not an engineer, nothing close like that. So when I got the email, it was like, we recommend you get another engineering laptop. And I was like, I don't think I need that. And I'm not sure if they even allow that. So I talked to IT, and they were like, because I told them I do like this bigger laptop compared to what I've seen with my other colleagues in procurement. And I said that I like the size of the screen. So if just possible, is there like an option for a bigger screen? And the IT person was like, well, not really, but you could try and get a light engineering laptop. So it's like a lighter version of the engineering one. And I was like, sure, I can try that. And I had to confirm with my manager first if it's okay if I get a light engineering laptop for the reason of getting a bigger screen. And she was like, sure, try it. And now I was able to put in the requisition application, whatever. And my manager has approved it, so I think I'm going to be getting a light engineering laptop. I don't know when it's coming, when it's going to be delivered. And a colleague was like, you might want to take it up with the IT that they install everything. And I was like, with the luck that I've been having with technology recently, yes. I'm going to walk up to the IT person like the one who's on site, and be like, please do this for me. And also yesterday, my phone, I put it to charge, and usually it charges pretty fast, but it was at like 9% when I put it on to charge, and then it was like 7%. I was like, how is this happening? And then it finally started charging again. Like I, did something with the cord to, try it out, and then it went up to 11%, but it stayed there for hours, and I was like, is my phone dying now too, or is it just a cord? So I tried a different cord that hasn't previously worked with the phone, but with the iPad, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna try this, and switch the cord, and it worked. My phone's charged, and I was like, and now this morning I tried the cord that wasn't working yesterday, and it works just fine. So I don't know. Technology just hates me this week, I guess. And my desk also hates me. I don't know if you guys can hear the creaking sometimes, but I can definitely hear it, and it's so annoying. But anyways, I think that's enough yapping from me, and lunch break is over. So, gonna continue working. And yeah, what else? I did have something else to say, I think. Yeah, about this channel and what I'm going to be posting here. I'm not sure yet how to do this properly, but I do think it would probably be interesting to do like what I've been planning to do for a while now is to, and I think I've talked about this in previous videos as well, about this intention of presenting events and things about Finland and the Finnish culture that you may not know about, bring it to your awareness. Maybe I could also, I don't really have the equipment to do like a reaction video like other people do it, like they're talking like this, and then in the corner it's showing the video that they're reacting to. But maybe I could do something similar, like while I'm listening to some video where people are talking about Finland or their reactions to Finland and Finnish things. Maybe I could, I don't know, write down some notes, and then do a video based on that stuff, or maybe even listen to the video on the iPad while I'm recording. Won't be able to show the video, but maybe that's too difficult, because what if you guys don't hear the audio from the other video coming into my phone? So maybe it's just me, writing down notes about some video that I want to, and not necessarily just about Finland, but whatever videos that I'm listening to and I want to comment about it, maybe something like that. Or maybe even just Wikipedia articles about Finland that are like, the English versions are short, but Finnish version has a lot of information, so maybe I could do something like that. But yeah, this video thing is really not like my main focus. Like, I do like doing this, and I really do want to, and I do appreciate everyone who's watching these videos and everyone who has subscribed to the channel, even though I'm posting irregularly and the topics are all over the place and all of that. But yeah, huge thank you for that. And what was I going to say? But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, this is like not my main thing that I want to do. I want to read, write, and try to do more sports, I guess, in an effort to lose some weight, because I definitely need to do that. Speaking of hobbies, I recently started playing Resident Evil 0. It's my first Resident Evil game that I've played. I've seen some of the movies, and and I know like the general gist of the game, but it seems pretty good, like scary. I was on voice chat with a friend while I was playing this game, and he was laughing because I was screaming at things appearing and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's something that I've been also playing recently. And this weekend, my mom is going to visit me. So yeah, this so putting a lot of effort into these videos. Like I do want to make as quality videos as I can, but like upgrading my gear to do videos, it's honestly not a top priority for me. So whatever videos I will post in the future, they'll be done in my own style with the equipment that I have right now. And if you like that sort of a thing, that's good. If you don't, there's plenty of other channels who are able to and willing to do things, you know, with more but yeah, anyways, now I really need to get going, and I also want to eat more because I couldn't eat until this morning. And I will be eating something healthier, you know, not trash food, junk food. That's the English version, junk food. Trash is pretty. Anyways, yeah, hopefully you are well and staying healthy, safe, and sane in this insane world. But maybe I'll do another video later this week after my mom's visited, trying out something, one of the video ideas that I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, see you later.